Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my incredibly unconventional review for DEADLINK. So what the hell is this game, dear viewers? It's probably best if I just show you. This is a roguelite first-person shooter cyberpunk video game thingamajig, in which we pick a character. We are then spawned into a level, and we go through said level, killing everything foolish enough to get in our way. So let me show you some of the gameplay before I tell you what I actually think about this game. Oh, splendid. Now you can't hear it, but there's actually a very funky soundtrack going on in the background. So there we go, cleared this little arena. And like all these bloody roguelite video games, usually you're given a choice. So you can have an implant or something else. Different doors. But for this one, we just have implants to pick from. So we'll take this one. We'll put it there. Why not? Whatever the hell it does. Makes us stronger. Makes us turn enemies into pigs or whatever the hell it does. Of course, depending on what character you pick as or what suit, whatever the hell it is, will determine what your unique abilities are. So for this one, I have an ability where I spawn a clone distraction thing. I also have an ability where I can do this and teleport behind a character. I'll switch places with a character, whatever. So here we go. We can have med tech, we can have a weapon mod. We don't need medtech, so let's go for the weapon mod. There we go, we can choose what we want to do. Let's do this. So now I have electricity on my primary weapon. Splendid. We'll continue on. I'll keep showing you the stage as I talk. Clone. So the enemies will shoot at that clone for about 3 seconds. Explosive battles. Splendid, splendid. There we go. Switch places with that fat bastard. We gotta try and shoot him in the back, so... Pretty standard first-person shooter fare. Gameplay's lots of fun. I do like first-person shooters. It's, just too bad it's in a roguelite video game. Those of you who know me even slightly here on YouTube, you'll know that I've got two particular least favorite subgenres of video game. One is Metroidvanias, because I just think there's far too many of them, and most of them are unremarkable. There's some amazing ones, though. And another one is roguelike games. Because I absolutely detest just trying to get better at the game and going into the same level over and over and over, and then you die at the boss at the end of the level, and you have to go back and hopefully power up and do the whole bloody thing over again. It's just not for me. I just don't enjoy it. Love first-person shooters. You know, this game had checkpoints and, you know, story cutscenes and lives or whatever, regenerating health, all that stuff. Basically what I'm saying is, if this game was more like Call of Duty or Titanfall 2, I think it would be pretty good. But sadly, it's incredibly let down by the fact that they chose to make this a roguelite game. So while the gameplay itself is incredibly fun, and I do enjoy it, credit, shop, or XP. Let's do shop. While I do enjoy it, I absolutely detest the fact that it's a roguelite. Let's have some health. The gunplay's great, the soundtrack is terrific, visuals are nice cyberpunk aesthetic. The bosses look good. Hopefully I'll be able to show you the boss. I just find it completely counterproductive to ask me to repeatedly play through the same bloody stage until I can somehow get past that stage. That, to me, is not how video game works. Not narrative first-person shooters, anyway. It should work that you make your way through a level, there's a boss at the end, if you die, you'll go back to a checkpoint, or whatever, and you'll carry on, and depending on how many levels the game has, you'll eventually finish the game. You'll have some epic final boss, and you'll give yourself a pat on the back and a complimentary hand job, and you'll say, "Good work, OCG. Another game finished." Because that's what I like to do. I like to finish the games that I play, the ones that I like. A roguelike, though, isn't really giving me the chance to do that unless I'm willing to sit and sink 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 hours into the goddamn thing, which I'm not. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to keep replaying the same stage over and over until I somehow get through it by a stroke of luck or just because I've managed to power up enough. That's not my idea of a good time. So while I've enjoyed my time with this, I will not continue to play it once I've got this review done. Because it's just not worth it for me. If I want good gunplay, there's tons of games I can play, and those games aren't roguelites. Titanfall 2, one of my favorite first-person shooter games of all time. Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages. And there are lots of choices when it comes to great first-person shooter games. So this has good gunplay, good soundtrack. It just happens to be a roguelite. Which is a shame, because I quite like this game. I can't tell you anything really about the story, because I haven't got that far. But like I said, I'm not willing to sink hours and hours and hours into this. That's not fun. I'd rather sink hours and hours into a game when I'm actually progressing. I like long games, don't get me wrong. My first playthrough of Kazan, the First Berserker, was 140 hours. But I was progressing for all of those 140 hours. I wasn't replaying the same garbage stage over and over, hoping that I get past that boss. But if you like first-person shooters and, more importantly, roguelike games, then maybe you'll get on with this. Maybe you'll enjoy it more than I did. But, unfortunately, I'm going to have to declare that DEADLINK is just not for me. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my very unconventional review for DEADLINK. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer. and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Right, where's the off button? Bertrum, have you been messing with my off button again? I'll take that as a yes.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.